Creative Brain Candy by creators for creators.
Greetings, Marge Nelson. I am Todd the Destroyer, ruler of all that you see. Impressed?
Oh, yes. You have an absolutely adorable little planet here.
Oh, you think my planet is little?
Oh, yes. It's just tiny.
I'll have you know, Marge Nelson, it's not the size of your planet, it's how you use it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you do that again? I think I had the distance wrong. Oh, thank you. Now, what was it you were saying about your little planet?
Don't you get it? I'm the Emperor. I rule here.
Oh. Todd, are you insecure?
What, me? Insecure? If I were insecure, why would I speak so loudly? How about now, dear Marge? What do you think of me now?
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Smoking and Drinking in Space. This is a sci-fi podcast from a couple guys who think they know sci-fi.
Wow, we're starting off good, aren't we?
Oh, and this week we review our first user-submitted title. This one's from T-Flu44. It stars Terri Garr, Jeffrey Jones, John Lovitz, and Thalmus Rasulala. It's 1992's Mom and Dad Save the World. But first, he's the torturer who has a surprisingly hot girlfriend. To my traders general who also can't stand John Lovitz, it's James. How are you doing, James?
Oh, Kathy Ireland. Oh, Kathy.
So hot.
Kathy.
So hot.
So hot. So hot. And she wasn't wearing a lot. This was better than the other movie I remember from, which was what? The Unnecessary Roughness.
Oh, Necessary Roughness. That was a great movie.
Roughness.
No, this
was
movie,
a good movie.
This movie was not as good as that one.
I would probably agree with that, but Kathy Ireland was in this movie, and she wasn't wearing nearly as much. So
yeah, but she was in the other movie more, and she was, not wearing a whole lot in some of that movie. So
in like 10 seconds, like there was a 10-second, like she's in her undies scene.
Yeah, and
this one, she was in her undies for like 10 minutes.
Look, Kathy Ireland isn't the best of actresses, but damn, I like watching her try.
No, I wouldn't cast her in a home movie. Well, there's one specific home movie.
And he's John Lovitz. It's Rob. How you doing, Rob?
Fuck you.
What's wrong, Todd? What is wrong?
He has only one character that he ever plays.
John Lovitz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not John Lovitz, Todd?
Or at least the unholy spawn of John Lovitz.
Oh, hold on just a second. Hold on.
Oh, God damn it. Even those fucking goldfish.
Wait. There's more.
I hate you. I fucking
we should
hate
probably
you.
explain. So the whole, right before we started recording, we explained to Todd that we were going to call him Todd the entire length of this podcast. And Todd has taken offense to that. We think it's hilarious. Todd does not. And so Todd is now just going to chomp on goldfish so that Jason has to edit that out the entire episode.
Sabotage the shit out of this show.
Podcast dirt.
Podcast soil. Thanks, Todd.
You brought it upon yourselves.
Look, if you weren't so Todd-esque, we wouldn't call you Todd.
All right, let's see what's happening around CBC. This week on BGA, that releases Thursday, which is the day after this one releases, they're going to cover The Outer Worlds. Has anybody here played The Outer Worlds yet?
No, I'm waiting for it to not be on Epic.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
so if you haven't played The Outer Worlds and are waiting for it to not be on Epic, like Rob and I, or I'm sorry, Todd and I, sorry, Freudian slip.
You had it right the first time.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Definitely check out BGA and their next episode. Drunkonomics this week covered equity sharing. Their latest episode is all about that. That's basically when individuals or companies go in together, share expenses on buying or building something, and then share the profits whenever they sell that something. It's interesting because they do it while drunk. So check out Drunkonomics. What's happening over on Simply Stogies, James?
This week is the week off from the main show. Patreon show should be out, I don't know, tomorrow maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. Might edit that, get that out. Might be a video thing for my patrons. So check that out. Yeah. If not, if you're not a patron and you don't want to give me money, which I don't blame you. Like, I don't want to give me money either. I just spend it on cigars and podcast bullshit. You can catch up on all of the great stuff over at simplystogies.com that we got going on. So go there.
And this week for CBC, we have a special announcement. There is a new show starting up this week called Spoiler, They Die. It's a weekly true crime podcast by Kat of BGA and Logan, her Canadian friend. Their first 3 episodes.
You can call her Wolverine. It's fine.
Can we call her Wolvie? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we can call her Wolvie for short.
All right. So Kat and Wolvie, their first 3 episodes are going to be covering Robert Pickton. I'm not exactly sure who Robert Pickton is, but from what I understand, he's some sort of Canadian serial killer, which seems kind of oxymoronic. I didn't know they had
You kill him by kindness.
In Canada.
Kill him with kindness. Yeah.
I wonder if he said I'm sorry afterwards.
One too many times.
Before.
Yeah, yes. Every time he's
very, very polite about
I'm
it.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, eh?
Oh, God dang.
Sorry, eh? Take off, hoser.
Rub some maple syrup in that. It'll be better.
It'll be fine.
So you can.
He's a pig farmer? I don't know. I don't know. He's a pig farmer. I didn't know they had pigs in Canada. I thought it was too cold for pigs.
I don't know. Canada is a weird, wild place.
It's the neighbor to the north, according to the movie.
Yeah, I saw that too. Oh, God. I hate this movie. But we'll get to that shortly. You can check out all those shows on the Creative Brain Candy site, which is creativebraincandy.com. You can also pick up all those shows on your favorite podcatcher, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. So go check those out. Also on smokinganddrinkinginspace.com, as always, we have our Keanu Reeves Day petition up in the upper right-hand corner. So click that link, sign that petition. Let's make Keanu Reeves Day a thing. Maybe lift some spirits during this whole COVID-19 quarantine type bullshit. Rob, you got any news for us? Oh, shit, I keep doing it. Todd, you got any news for us?
I've got 3 space newses.
Ooh, lay it on us, Todd.
Yeah, today is
newses? Did you say newses?
Yep, space newses.
I don't know what that means.
Well, just go with it, okay?
All right, whatever you say, Todd. Let's go.
I'm just going to embrace it since you guys are being assholes.
This is different from when?
I know, right?
All right, so I'm not going to do that one yet. Let's do this one here. Astronomers have detected the brightest and most powerful supernova ever.
Cool.
Yep. Let's see.
You want to explain what a supernova is? And
it's when a star goes supernova.
Wow. Self-definition is a self-definition.
Wow.
That's what they say. It's when a star is basically exploding.
Yeah, when a star of a large enough size collapses and then explodes.
So it is normal for a dying star to shed mass. It is rare. It is rare for a star to share. I cannot read today. It's rare for a star to shed the amount in such a short time frame that this one did. It was basically 5 times 10 to the 52 power ERG, which is kinetic energy. So it shedded so much kinetic energy that it is the biggest supernova that has ever been observed. And apparently this happened back in 2016.
So it's 4 light years away?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, no, I think they probably observed it in 2016 and it took this long to get through all the data.
All right.
Right,
Gotcha.
right. Yeah, it peaked back in January of 2016.
If there were a supernova 4 light years away, I don't know that we would still be here.
Well, that's why. Well, that's why I was asking. I was shocked that why are we worrying about COVID? Like at this point, we should probably worry about the shockwave. But
It was 4.5 billion light years away.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was 4.5 billion on the Richter scale.
Yeah, that too. That too. And it was 500 times brighter than the normal supernovas that they have observed. So, kind of interesting.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Next
what else
one.
you got?
Let's see. The Kepler Space Telescope. Anybody know what that is?
Yes. It's a space
good.
telescope.
Good job. Named Kepler. Found a exoplanet that is very similar to Earth. It is only 1.06 times the size of Earth, so it's basically the same size as Earth. It receives 75% of the amount of light that we get, so probably equate that to like fall or winter time. And it orbits a red dwarf star. And they're all excited because it looks like it has, it's sitting in that
Goldilocks zone.
That Goldilocks zone is sitting in that perfect thing, or perfect little area. They still got to look through the data some more, but it looks like based off of the algorithm, it was something that was overlooked the first time it went around. There's an algorithm that looks at dimming patterns. And they either contribute it to an exoplanet or something like that. And it sends out a false positive, which then requires humans to take a look at it.
And where is this planet?
Don't know. Doesn't say.
Doesn't say what star it orbits or how far it is?
It does not. It's just
Todd.
Kepler 1649c. So I didn't feel like doing research and finding where it is, but it is 300 light years from Earth.
Okay, so
Todd.
you know what star it is because you just gave me the star designation, and you know how far it is because you just gave me the distance. So
well, there you go. But I don't know which direction.
information.
But I don't know which direction it's in. Sorry. Well, there you go. I'm not no astronaut
Or unless you
astronomer.
want to use the actual
You're not
astronomical.
an astronaut, Todd. You are not an astronaut. That is 100% correct.
Mm-hmm. If I was,
I was gonna ask why the news is so boring, but I just need to shut up and let you keep talking because you just make it hilarious.
look, it's kind of a slow thing, and I'm actually doing space stuff. And here is something that is not so boring. You ready?
Let's do it.
NASA has funded a proposal to build a giant telescope on the far side of the moon.
Hello.
Where the Nazis live. Exactly. That's why I left this one for last for you, Crowley.
So NASA is still full of Nazis, and now they're going to build a giant death ray on the other side of the moon, calling it a telescope.
Yeah,
Right, that's it. I won't do that anymore. I know. People are like, "That's the most annoying sound on the planet."
I know. Yeah, we got a lot of feedback on that.
Yeah, we
So
really
a guy
did. That's the most feedback we got.
Yeah, right. Stop, please. That's what it was. Scientist or a roboticist from JPL has proposed a telescope inside to build a telescope inside a natural crater on the far side of the moon. He is calling it the LCRT, the Lunar Crater Radio Telescope. So it's still in the concept stages and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what they want you to think, that it's just in the concept stages.
Yeah,
what they
it's already
don't want
built.
you to know is that it's already up there. The death ray is just moments away from being switched on.
To shoot out in the middle of space because it doesn't face the Earth.
That's exactly it. Hello.
Yeah.
The moon is the space station. That's no moon.
The idea of putting it on the far side of the moon is so that you get less Earth noise.
Right. There's less light on the far side of the moon. Yeah.
Less light, less radio waves interfering and microwaves and that kind of stuff from satellites and what have you. Could be interesting. So, yeah.
If it ever gets built. It won't be built in our lifetime. If it's ever built at all.
What are you talking about? It's already built. You just said that a minute ago.
Okay, he took off his tinfoil hat. We're in reality mode now.
Off, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Todd. I can write it down in frame next time so you understand what's going on.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jerk face.
Who's ready for a pod crawl?
Let's do a pod crawl.
We can call it, I don't know, say a pod crawl? The pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Pod crawl! Excellent! Insert it deep! Pod crawl! Kind of like a space suppository full of information.
The Nelson family is just another suburban family living in the burg of Woodland Hills, California. Marge is your typical suburban mom who dresses like your 1980s grandma, and Dick has a bad back. They've been married for 20 years and are going on vacation to try and spice up their marriage. And that's the most interesting thing about this movie. Elsewhere in the galaxy is Rob's homeworld, a small planet full of idiots ruled by John Lovitz, though they call him Spengo in the movie. Lovitz has a death ray and plans on using it to blow up Earth until he peeps on Marge, who rocks his world sporting a kitten sweatshirt and window panes for glasses. Instead of blowing up the planet, he puts low-rent planet Spaceball on full suck and transports Dick and Marge, complete with their LTD Country Squire station wagon, through space and to his tiny-sized planet. Did I mention his planet is small, because the movie does? A lot. Like excessively so. Yes, we get it, it's a metaphor for his pee-pee. Just stop. Anyway, they arrive thinking they are just tourists in a very exotic locale and are being separated to have individual spa days, but Marge is getting the royal treatment in anticipation of her wedding to Lovitz the next day, while Dick is being thrown in the dungeon. The rest of the movie ends up being a running cycle of Dick escaping to move the plot along, and at one point being chased by sewer penises, getting recaptured when it's convenient, only then to escape again in some way that should definitely kill him but only gives him a scratch or smudge. Marge is tossed around like a damsel in distress while occasionally throwing in a good one-liner, and Lovitz preens and does his John Lovitz impression for the entire movie. Eventually Dick finds the children of the king that Lovitz overthrew to rule the planet. They have the technological acumen of Neanderthals, and Dick bumps it up to Cro-Magnon level with his arrival. They devise a plan to create the Trojan Lovitz to infiltrate the castle and stop the wedding to overthrow Lovitz. But despite being the smartest man on the planet, Dick still can't manage to put wheels on the large wooden statue, so they have to carry it to the castle. The ruse actually fails due to a dissimilar likeness to Lovitz, but he orders the statue to be brought in anyway because he's dumb. Once inside, the idiot invaders had actually sealed the statue from the inside, so they have to topple it over and break it to get out. A shitty fight ensues, but Lovitz drags Marge to his lab so he can blow up Earth, because he's got a very one-track mind, and Dick chases after them. Another, even shittier fight happens. Dick and Marge throw Lovitz down a garbage chute to get eaten by sewer penises, and they stop the death ray from destroying Earth at the literal last second, just like everyone watching knew they would. The former king is restored to his throne. He sends Dick and Marge through space and back to Earth in their station wagon, and roll even exotic space adventures can't make vacation slideshows interesting. Credits.
All right.
It was the last half second, by the way.
Well, whatever. It was in the last second. They stopped it. It was dumb. The whole movie was dumb.
Here we go.
Sorry, T-Flu. You brought this upon yourself.
Look, no.
No. James fucking loves this movie. This movie is the best thing since sliced bread.
I don't know if I said that. I don't know if that's accurate, but this is a good movie.
It's not a good movie. This movie
turn
sucks
your brain
balls.
off. Enjoy the movie. Enjoy the scenery. Terri Garr, Kathy Ireland, various other hot women.
Terri Garr is not hot in this thing.
Yeah, Terri Garr is
until the very end.
Borderline.
Very end, she looked decent.
Well,
she looked okay. She looked okay for being 28 years old.
Decent.
Yeah. I was okay with it.
No, she looked like a freaking old grandma the entire damn time.
She didn't look like an old grandma the entire time.
Yeah, about the first third of the movie.
Look, you knew what was coming. You knew she wasn't going to look like that the whole movie, so I don't understand what the problem is here.
I don't know. I didn't know that she wasn't going to look like that the whole movie.
I did. Everybody did.
How did you know? You hoped.
Because it's Terri Garr.
You hoped.
Okay, fine. I hoped. I wished upon a star. That was probably Planet Spango. and it came true. Look, let's just ask Todd. Todd, did you like this movie? Todd.
Todd.
Oh, Todd.
Todd must be having technical difficulties.
Well, since Todd's not going to answer, I'll go ahead and answer. I thought it was
Yeah, let me ask you this. Was it better than The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
It's not The Eternal Sunshine. It's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
You know what? Was it better than the last shit show we watched?
Marginally.
Oh, there you go.
What
That's
the
really all that matters.
What's wrong with you two?
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Well,
this movie
there was
didn't
a
try to
very
be something it wasn't.
It was a very low bar. So.
Yeah. It was a low bar.
I mean, the minute I saw that John Lovitz was in this, I had very low expectations.
And your low expectations were met.
No, my low expectations were exceeded.
Are those the
They
same
went very low.
expectations you get when you look in the mirror every day, or
Only when I look at pictures of your penis.
Why do you have pictures of his penis, Todd?
What?
Why?
I have to calibrate my magnoscope somehow.
I know. Wow. Magnoscope? Wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you get a magnoscope?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I wish I knew. Like a magnoscope
anyway,
store?
what was the point of this
Microscope,
movie?
magnifying glass, a little bit of everything.
Magnoscope is. Like, if you could just explain it for the class, Todd.
Moving on. What
It's
do you got?
interesting. It's interesting. You two hate the movies that everybody hates, and love the movies that are hate the movies everybody loves and hate the fuck. I can't. Yeah. Oh my
Regardless,
God, Todd
I never
talking
said-
about him looking at my
never
penis has
With the
I never
Totally
said
fucked
I
me up.
liked it. I just said
With the
that it was
magnoscope.
eh.
God, this movie has made every one of us stupider except Todd because he was already there.
I mean, if he had said
look-
microscope, that would have been funny.
Right.
But magnoscope,
What,
I mean, it's
magnoscope?
like it's too big. He has to shrink it down to look at it. So,
I still don't know what a magnoscope is.
well, I guess
Is
it's
that a
the
thing?
opposite of a microscope. You take big
guess?
things and you make them smaller.
I don't know. That's why I was confused. I wanted to know where. But like, is there a magnoscope store? Like, is there?
I ran out of fish. I'm gonna have to go get some more goldfish. I think.
Yeah, no, this movie sucks.
Not that bad.
No, this movie sucks. 9%.
it did not.
9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
From critics, and what did audiences give it?
43.
Okay, well that's better than 9.
What?
I'm with the 43.
Oh, 43. So less than half the people that saw this movie thought they liked it.
Look, there's obviously no accounting for taste because there
Sure.
are assholes out there that fucking love Eternal
Yeah,
Sunshine
like
of the Spotless Mind.
90%.
Well,
Better
that just
than
goes
90%.
to show that look, you don't want my opinion on the majority of people in the world. You really don't, okay? You really, really don't. This movie was fun. It's a fun movie. You turn your brain off. It's silly at times. It's super silly at times. It's a little dumb
No,
at times.
it tries to be super silly at times. It's very dumb all the time.
No, that's not true. But at least it's not trying to be something it isn't.
Yes, it is. It's trying to be funny,
it's
and
not.
it isn't.
It had some funny moments in it.
No, it didn't.
Yes,
No, it didn't.
yeah, it did.
When?
The
When?
Trojan Todd. The Trojan
That was
Todd.
not funny.
That was
That
hilarious.
was sad.
The gag where they all picked up the fucking light grenade. Yeah, that was funny. I laughed. I chuckled. I guffawed. It was good. It's good
No,
shit.
they foreshadowed it too much.
No
I mean, it was just fucking repetitive.
This is coming from the two idiots that fucking love Monty Python.
Yeah, because that's funny.
That's not. Oh my God. That's not. I can't even right now. I can't. I don't know if the magnoscope is giving me a headache.
Monty
you're giving me a headache, or-
Monty Python did the Trojan horse scene so much better.
Oh my God.
So much
Bored
better.
already.
You know what they did? They gave them the Trojan horse, but they forgot to put people in it. That's how idiots do Trojan horses. And then
No,
the
idiots do
castle
Trojan horse.
fucking
No,
threw
they-
the Trojan horse back out at them. That's how they did it.
No, but you do the Trojan horse where you seal yourself in.
No, that's fucking stupid.
because you didn't.
Well, they
see it
are
coming.
idiots.
Yeah, they're dumb as shit. That's the whole point to this movie. There's a planet full of Robs. And they fucking can't, like, nobody can get in. Nobody can get out. We've done it. Like, you didn't see that coming. They didn't foreshadow that. There wasn't a ton of setup for it. It was just there. It was hilarious.
No, it was a throwaway fucking line. We sealed it in. Okay, well now we got to topple the thing and the head rolls and now we're out. So they weren't really sealed in. They just had to figure out a dumb way to get out.
And
it wasn't funny.
And it was funny.
It was not funny.
It was 100%. It was funny. I laughed my ass off.
That speaks volumes.
LMAFO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Todd.
That says a lot.
I don't know what you think that says about me. I thought the movie was started very, very slow. Like if we're going to start from the beginning, I thought it was slow as shit. I also think they wanted to go in a different direction with this movie to start, and I'll tell you why. This movie ended up being very family friendly. There weren't a lot of swears. There weren't a lot of there weren't any nude scenes. There weren't any F-bombs. When they were, I still don't understand how the station wagon got into space. But let's just put physics aside.
Vacuum. It was vacuum rated.
That was one of the dumbest fucking things. Was
No. What's even
fucking
dumber?
LTD station wagon through space.
No, what's even dumber about it is not only did the station wagon go through space, but apparently Marge had her window rolled down because as soon as they landed, he told her to roll it up.
Yeah, I know. There were a lot of things that were wrong with this movie. Like but I enjoyed this 100 times better, 100 times more than I did Eternal Sunshine of the fucking Fire Marshal Bill. So look. So when the car starts to lift up right before they run into the semi truck, which I thought was going to be BJ McKay and his best friend Bear.
Looked
Anybody
like that
remember
truck.
that show?
Yes, I do.
Did. So when that happened, the guy in the trucker is what they call him, Todd. He looks out of his window and he looks at it and he goes, "Oh, jeez." Well, it didn't match up with what his mouth was saying. What his mouth was saying was, "Jesus fucking Christ." So I feel like they were going to go a completely different direction with this. And then they were like, "Oh, wait, John Lovitz is in this." We can't do that.
Let's talk about John Lovitz real quick. First, I don't like John Lovitz. He has one stick, tolerable in some of his SNL stuff. But I can't think of a movie I've liked him in, and I really don't like the Simpsons episodes that he's in as Artie Ziff. Oh man, I can't stand those episodes. I get why there's hate for John Lovitz. I get it. I don't hate the guy. I hate the guy. I just don't enjoy his brand of comedy or his acting.
I dig it. I dig him. I think he's funny. In small doses. I think this was not a small dose. So by the end of the movie, I was just like, oh, come on. But it was fun to see Todd get overthrown. Sorry. Look, it's okay to like silly, dumb movies.
No, absolutely. I love Spaceballs. Spaceballs is one of my favorite fucking movies.
Okay, but Spaceballs is more adult. And I think that's where you guys have your disconnect with this movie. There's they didn't do every adult theme that they did was tongue in cheek, kind of wink, wink, nod.
So you think this movie is more for kids?
Yeah, I really do. I do.
I don't know that kids would enjoy this.
If you look at the colorful set, if you look at the set pieces where it looks like it was designed to be steampunk, but it was overly 90s plastic.
Yeah, there was a lot of styrofoam.
There was
a lot of gold painted styrofoam.
I feel like it was like they wanted to go one direction as they were starting to produce the movie and set up the movie logistically, and then they were like, let's go in this direction. So they used a lot of purples, a lot of 90s like in your face colors.
Well, this movie had the potential to be a really good, funny movie. I mean, it's got a fucking stacked cast. It's got Terri Garr. It's got Jeffrey Jones. Both of them are pretty fucking funny people. It's got Eric Idle. He's hilarious. It's got
the kid from Terminator 2.
Oh, yes.
The twins?
Yes, it does.
The twins?
No. The kid, John Connor's friend. From Terminator 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got him for like 2 minutes in the movie.
Yep, but it does have the twins too from Terminator 2. It does. That's a good call, Rob. I totally forgot about that.
Were they in Terminator 2? I don't remember.
Yes, they
Yes.
were.
They were security guards.
Well, one of them was in Terminator 2. The other one played the Terminator. Yeah.
And it's got Thalamus Rasulala, and he's a really good actor. I mean,
Okay, so
he's
let's
been
bring this up. Let's bring that up.
Which one was that?
General Afir.
Yeah. The guy who
he's
played
not Samuel
Captain
L. Jackson.
No.
Yeah. So
The guy who played
That's what I
What's-His-Face
call
on
him.
Star Trek for a little bit.
So apparently,
But who did he play on Star Trek for a little bit? Sorry,
What's
Todd.
his
I don't mean to
face?
keep cutting you off.
I don't remember his name.
what's his face?
What do you mean he played what? That's not a fucking name in Star Trek. Captain What's-Your-Face.
Apparently, it is.
Apparently, we're doing some research on the fly.
Research on the fly.
While he's researching on the fly, how shitty is it that he died shortly after he finished doing his scenes on this?
Yeah, he died in between filming this movie and the movie being released. He played Captain Donald Varley on Star Trek The Next Generation in the Contagion episode.
I'm trying to remember that episode.
It might have been the one where Worf was dressed up as
Encountering
Robin
the
Hood.
superior technology of a very ancient race creates system malfunctions for a doomed Federation starship, for the Enterprise, and for an eavesdropping Romulan warbird.
I remember that episode. Yep, I know who you're talking about now. Okay, so he was in a one-off episode of Star Trek. I just called him not Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't know that Samuel L. Jackson would be right for this movie.
I think.
Well, there's no snakes on a plane.
Well, I think he would have added an element to it that would have made it a tiny bit more. Funny.
I think he would have enjoyed it, because there was a lot of purple in this.
I think he would have been a waste, just like everybody else in this. Not only that, but the writers of this movie did the Bill and Ted series.
Okay, well, Bill and Ted 2 wasn't nearly as funny as the original Bill and Ted.
No, it wasn't. There's a Bill and Ted 3 coming out too, right?
I do. I'm looking forward to it too. Yeah, I mean, Keanu Reeves, man.
Bill and Ted 2 was still
It's coming out on Keanu Reeves' Day.
I think it is.
Yeah, that's the whole reason for Keanu Reeves' Day. Bill and Ted and The Matrix.
Yeah, maybe, because...
What if they redid The Matrix, but they did it in this style?
Alive.
What if The Matrix 4 is done in the style of Mom and Dad Save the Planet?
Oh my God.
They would lose so much money.
Yeah.
Kind of like this movie did.
Yeah. This movie lost fucking $12 million.
Wow.
$14 million budget, and it made $2 million. In fact, it was only in the theaters for
a week.
1 week.
1 week.
It
Who's
made
the kid?
$984,000 opening weekend, and then it was pulled.
The daughter's boyfriend?
Yeah, he's been in a few things.
Yeah, I couldn't think of any, but I was like, man, I remember that dude.
He was Blossom's brother.
Yes. No, that was Joey.
No, that's the other one.
No, that was Joey. He'd go, whoa.
Yeah,
whoa.
no, not Blossom. The other
Punky Brewster?
Yeah, Punky Brewster.
Punky Brewster.
I think.
She's hot now.
He was somebody's brother.
Yeah, look it up. You didn't know that? She's a smoke show.
Brewster.
Yeah, you're both looking it up right now. She is straight smoke, man. I don't remember her name or the actress's name. I just remember, wow, that's Punky fucking Brewster. Holy shit.
Her name. I don't even know her name either. Soil Moon Fry. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She
Smoke
was in
show.
I've seen her in something.
In your dreams.
he's the oldest.
That too.
He's the oldest brother of Blossom.
All right, sure. Whatever.
He played.
I just remember Joey. Wasn't Joey going to go, whoa?
Yeah, he played the eldest sibling, Anthony Tony Russo. So he was basically the patriarch of the family. He was the one that had a job.
Wait, of Punky Brewster or of Blossom?
Blossom.
Huh. All right. Whatever. I don't know. I recognized him from somewhere, and I'm like, that guy's been in some stuff. Is he still around? Is he still acting?
I think so. I mean, it says he's an actor.
How many of these guys are still acting?
Yeah, he was. Oh, actually, he did Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, that's not real. That's just voice acting.
He did the series Billions. He's in Gotham.
I never watched that show either.
Justified.
Yeah. Justified was a great show. I don't
looks
remember
like
him
he
in
was
Justified.
in The Mentalist.
All right, so he's been in some shit. What about the chick? What about the daughter?
Oh, the
Because
daughter?
I remembered her too. Yeah, I was like, holy cow, this is like bringing back. Because this released in what, 92? I was 16.
I'm gonna guess the daughter hasn't really done anything because she doesn't even have a Wikipedia entry. Holder of all knowledge.
Wow. Man, you know what? We don't have Wikipedia entries and we're nobodies. That means she's nobody too.
Right.
I wonder if she's still hot.
That makes sense.
Let's see. She was, her
Thanks,
name
Todd.
is Suzanne Ventilette. She was last
still hot?
in Touched by an Angel in 1997. Now,
Wow.
she doesn't even have any pictures on IMDb.
Well, that's
Yeah, she was in an episode of Touched by an Angel. She was in an episode of Dr. Quinn.
Who are you showing me here, Sparkles?
That's Punky Brewster, dude.
Huh.
Soleil
Did she had to do
Moonfry.
weight loss?
No,
I don't think she had to do any weight loss ever, did she?
Mm-mm.
Huh. Because she was like a smoke show. I remember, like, I don't know, it was probably 7-8 years ago, but then people were like, oh shit, she's so hot.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that. I thought it was a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah, she's still
You know,
smoke
it's probably one of those like stock things, and they go, "Oh yeah, this is for weight loss."
Right. Yeah. No, she's a smoke show. Straight smoke. Yeah. So this movie, it was all right. It was good. Like if I'm going to rate it, okay, look, if I'm going to give a rating, right? Like let's pretend that this is simply stogies and I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. All right.
You'd give it 11.5, wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do anything nearly as silly. So if I'm going to let's just go with the baseline here of 11, 22, 63, which by the way, I can't wait for that question. That's the baseline. Like barely, is it sci-fi? It depends on what movie you're comparing it to.
Okay, well, let's determine what your rating incorporates or what it encompasses. Is it just a rating on sci-fi-ness?
Well, it's just,
or
if
is it
you're
a
gonna
rating
go by the
on?
No, if you're going to go by the simply stogies way of doing things, the experience gets the majority of the points.
Okay.
And then like there's the craft and the music and the acting and.
Okay, this movie didn't have a lot of craft. The one thing that I will give this movie is the prosthetics that they did for the goldfish and dog people were actually pretty good.
Those were pretty good.
I would agree. I thought it was silly. I thought that was over the top.
Oh, yeah. It was like the writers were looking around their living room for something to inspire them for some kind of alien species and saw their goldfish bowl and their dog. They're like,
or they were on a lot of
fish bowl.
They were just on a lot of coke.
I mean, if they had a cat, we would have seen cat people too.
There was a family that was part goldfish, part dog. I mean, how does that work out?
Well, they were a dogfish.
Dogfish or fish dog?
No, but they weren't. It was just
there is such a thing as a dogfish.
They were just dogs or fish. It didn't look like they had like mixed DNA
of dog with.
I don't know. Look, it's Planet Spango.
Fish with a tail.
Yeah, I'm not questioning Planet Spango, but
where did those characters come from? I mean,
from the coked up minds of the writers.
No doubt.
Like, what do you want from me? Look, if I'm going to rate Eternal Sunshine of Fire Marshal Bill, I'm going to give that like a 1.2.
Perfect.
And if I'm going to rate this one, I'm going to give it a 3.7.
Too high.
Way too high.
1.3? Is that what you want to hear? 1.3? Like just barely above? 1.2674.
Repeating.
I don't think that's an actual number.
It is now. So dogs playing poker, they recreated that one.
Yeah. And then somebody had a goldfish bowl and they're like, fuck it, let's just make these characters.
That's what I'm guessing. Is somebody had the picture of dogs playing poker and they're like, you know what? Let's do that.
I want to know who needed the money and was like, let's make this movie.
Yeah,
apparently
this was
nobody needed the money because
this
they
was
lost
somebody's
a lot.
fucking alimony movie.
I was just gonna say alimony money. Yeah, this that's what Red used to call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, alimony money. That's exactly what this movie was. I don't want to dog it too bad because Well,
I think you had it right. I think somebody watched the fucking Wizard of Oz on bad acid and said, "I can fucking do that," and wrote this shit show.
That were just a little off.
Yeah,
watching fucking.
Yeah, it's probably shrooms because of those fucking sewer penises that they cooked up.
Yeah,
that was probably when their bad trip started. When they were writing and they were like, "Ooh, this is bad," and then they started writing bad shrooms.
I wonder if the teeth represent the herpes on their penis.
Or the coronamidia.
I don't think coronamidia was around during
coronamidia.
Yeah.
You don't know. It could have been dude, coronamidia is a space virus. We all know that.
From China?
That's just where it started.
Well, Todd is the foremost expert on coronamidia.
In China. Yeah, it can't start in China, Todd, and be a space virus.
It came down from space from the far side of the moon.
Spango?
when the Nazis came down and visited.
Hello?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No more. You can't do that anymore.
Oh, shit. This movie's not good. It's fun. I think it's a fun ride.
I think it had the potential to be good. I don't know what the fuck happened to it, though.
They got John Lovitz.
John Lovitz was a bad casting. I mean, anytime John Lovitz is cast. Who would have made
the movie better?
You know what?
In Todd's role? Chevy Chase?
No.
Because he's a dick, too.
I'm trying to think of who was
Steve Martin?
Popular. No. He wouldn't have fit the character. I'm trying to think who was popular in 1992.
Smirnoff.
No. God, no.
In Soviet Spango. Mushroom bite you.
Oh, man. 1992.
Yeah, I don't know who was
What's
popular.
Who's the other Martin guy?
Martin Sheen?
No, not Martin Sheen.
Martin Short?
Yeah, there
Martin
it is.
Short might have been a good cast for that.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that actually quite a bit.
Yeah, because he's pretty outrageous in that could have worked for this character. He wouldn't play the super insecure emperor. He would play the incredibly fucking crazy idiot emperor.
But I think he could pull off Insecure better. I mean, look, so here's the problem with this character, right? When you think Insecure, and you're thinking in the 90s, because I lived it, I was 16, you think Insecure actor, you go John Lovitz. That is the first actor you think of in the 90s. You don't think of anybody else. It's John fucking Lovitz. When you start thinking about that character, though, you're right. I think Martin Short can pull off Insecure, though. I think he could pull it off a lot better than John Lovitz, and there's a wider range of things that he can do.
Yes.
Other than just Insecure. Because now you, instead of the penis joke that you've got to fucking keep landing home and beating it in with a hammer.
A rock. They used rocks.
Or rocks. Sure. Thanks, Todd. You have this wide range of different things that you can do other than just that. So you make the penis joke and then you move on. And you're not just Insecure. You're not, on a scale of 1 to 10, what kind of global emperor am I? Like, there's different things you can do instead of that.
Yeah. No, I think Martin Short would have been a good cast for this.
Probably would have made a little bit more money, too.
Yeah.
What, like 2.2 million?
Well, I don't know. That's just it. Like, what can you change about this movie to make it palatable to the masses? If you take John Lovitz out and you expand the range of that character, and it's not just he's insecure, but he's also an idiot and a megalomaniac.
You got to do something more with fucking Dick, though. I mean, all he does is fucking escape.
Whoa. That's a whole different movie. If you do more with Dick.
But that's a 90s trope of what dads did, right? Dads just bitched about everything.
Well, it's not even just his bitching about everything. It's him getting captured until he needs to get away and then fucking fall on his face 15 different times as he's...
You make the dad character Al Bundy.
Oh, yeah, Ed O'Neill.
Al Bundy.
Ed O'Neill would have been good for that.
Yes.
I mean, Jeffrey Jones is a good actor. He's funny.
Yeah, but he's not that character. I don't see him as the hero, and I get where they were going with it. Like, this is the typical all-American dad, who grills out, wants to not eat spicy food. Very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
white. Very white.
Like white bread. He's very white bread.
Bland.
Yeah. But if you take the character Al Bundy and you put it, like, you take out some of his
machismo.
Like, yeah, you dial that down a bit, but you keep I've got old football war stories.
Right.
You keep that in there and you make him like an aging
so like Al Bundy at 60%.
a middle-aged Flash Gordon.
Right.
Right? Like what Flash Gordon would be if he's drinking a 6-pack of beer when he gets home from selling shoes all day. Like, you make him that. I think Terri Garr was good. I don't think you change her. I think that's a good casting choice. The kids are throwaway characters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But I think if you make those two changes and like, it's just
tighten up the script, tighten up the series of events that get them to the wedding.
Yeah. And the props, maybe
the sets and the props didn't bug me that much.
No, it was a style choice, I think, but I didn't. If you change that style, you dial that back a bit and make it a little more steampunk and a little less child.
It needed to be less styrofoam looking. Put a little effort into
put a little
spikes
effort into the fucking splash or the title screens too, instead of using PowerPoint.
Did you notice that every time a title came up, the screen got brighter and then it darkened?
Because they
brighter,
were fucking using PowerPoint for their 3D fucking text.
Yeah. Well, no, even the background was getting brighter. The space was getting brighter. It's like, okay, whatever.
No, I mean, this movie had the potential to at least get its money back. I think it had good writers. I mean, they've got some serious cred under their belt for comedy movies. They've had some successes. It's got the actors. John Lovitz fucking quit Saturday Night Live to do this movie. Talk about a fucking stupid career choice.
Yeah. I was thinking.
Did he just think he was that good?
No. So the movie filming went long, and Lorne Michaels said, "You're not allowed to miss any Saturday Night Live episodes." So it went into the Saturday Night Live season. So Lovitz had to make a choice. Do I stick with Saturday Night Live and not film the rest of this movie, or do I quit Saturday Night Live and finish the last 2 weeks of shooting?
It's funny you bring that up because
it's only 2 weeks. I would have figured something out.
Yeah, I think I would have too.
I kept thinking, Coneheads, like
Dan
Coneheads. Yeah, Coneheads was a better movie than this movie, and Coneheads wasn't good.
Oh, Coneheads was okay,
right? But I think if you put that kind of and didn't Coneheads have the dad in that movie?
Dan Aykroyd.
Not Dan Aykroyd.
No, yeah, he was the agent that was trying to find them, right? Yeah.
So I think if you have that kind of production and that kind of style instead of this over the top cheesy space style that they kind of went with, I think the movie works 100 times better. You make those changes that we talked about with the acting, with the casting, and you tighten up the script, and you change the style of the movie and how it's shot and how it's directed and the props to a more Coneheads-esque type of style choice where it's a little more real. I think the movie would have done pretty well. I think it would have made its money back and more.
Right. Yeah, no, I think so.
Poor decisions.
Well, I guess there have to be flops out there.
It makes us appreciate all the good movies, I suppose.
Like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
No, not like Eternal Sunshine. No, not at all. That movie makes me appreciate the off button on my TV.
Oh, you're so funny.
Thanks.
One thing I do want to know, James, is this movie, Mom and Dad Save the World, more sci-fi than 11/22/63.
unlike the movie we watched last time, which was Eternal Sunshine of Fire Marshal Bill. This movie had like aliens in it. This movie had a station wagon that could go through 2 different atmospheres, planets without burning up. That you could roll the window down in space and you'd be fine. It had laser guns.
It was probably because of the magnetron.
It was the magnetron. It had a fucking magnetron in it. If that's not more sci-fi than 11/22/63, I don't know what is. My question to Rob is,
sci-fi than that is the magnoscope.
A magnoscope, yeah.
Hey, Todd, why don't you hit us up with a haiku?
All right, this haiku is titled
Perfect title.
It is.
That sounds like a haiku Todd writes.
It is. Mutton chops look good. Kathy Ireland, so hot. Look, a light grenade.
Well done. Well done.
Nicely done. All right, who's got awards?
Yeah.
Todd, who's got your black lung?
I gave it to the writers because the only way they could have written this thing was stoned.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good one.
James?
That's a good one. I'm giving mine to the not Samuel L. Jackson guy because it looked like he was smoking a cigar.
No, that was his mustache.
No, he had a thing in his hand. At one point, it looked like he had a cigar band on it. It looked like a cigar. I was like, what the fuck is that? But I couldn't get a good look at it.
I think that was his writing crop. He writes dogs.
Yeah, no, I missed that. I didn't see that. So mine is going to go to Dick because he had to have been smoking something at some point because he had that fucking lighter all the time. So he's going to be I guess he was smoking Black Lung Award. James, who's got your head lush?
Anyone who sat through this movie gets it because that's the only way you could possibly sit through this movie is if you're drunk.
Agreed. Todd?
Oh, excuse me, I was yawning. Dick and Marge on the roof drinking bubbly.
He's just doing his best to make you edit shit out. And you know
I
what?
really am.
If he's going to do this every week, I love it. I will love him for it, and I shall call him Todd indefinitely, just so he continues to do so.
All right, I officially hate you both now, so fuck off.
You said last week you were going to replace us, and apparently nobody wants the fucking job because we're back.
Yeah, everybody said no.
Yeah, so mine is going to go to honorary Richard Dawson because I forgot about the champagne scene at the very end.
On the roof.
I was so fucking happy that the show was almost over that I just pretty much blocked out the last part of the movie because it was superfluous.
No, we got to see what they did in Santa Barbara.
I don't care. Rob, who has your
I gave it to Sibor getting himself Samaj.
Okay. It's a good one. James?
How does Todd not get the player award? He had a magnetron bring a woman from another planet to his planet just so he could woo her.
So,
and he did.
Stalkers
he did get
kidnapping people get your player award?
No, he got to first base.
That Todd didn't fucking go with that either.
Todd got to first base. He
did.
He gave it to Terri Garr.
Oh my God, that was the grossest fucking scene in the entire fucking movie. Oh, I think I puked a little bit in my mouth whenever I saw that.
I think he was proud of himself when he got done with that. They said cut, and he's like, "Oh yeah,
there's God,
more of that." Baby.
I had seriously forgotten about that scene because I didn't want to fucking think about it. And thanks for bringing it back up. I appreciate it.
My player award goes to Todd for making Jason vomit.
So my player award is going to go to Kathy Ireland because it's Kathy Ireland.
I don't think that's how player awards work.
Well, it is this episode. I'm not giving this movie any more awards than I have to.
He gave it to Kathy Ireland because it made Jason play with himself while he watched.
No, I don't think I would go that far.
Yeah,
James, who's got your purple hippo?
My purple hippo, I don't know if you're going to go in purple hippo in the movie, like the actual movie, like, okay, here's an award for someone in the movie. It's going to go to mom and dad because, I mean, it kind of blows their mind when they're flying through space in a station wagon for a minute. Although they seem to get over that pretty quickly. So maybe my purple hippo award should just go to the writers for this shit show.
Mm-hmm. Todd?
Originally, I gave my purple hippo to the entire planet of Spango because they're all idiots. But I think I'm going to give it to John Lovitz now for, quitting Saturday Night Live to finish filming this thing.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my purple hippo is going to go to the writers for this thing because I'm pretty sure they were just fucking baked on something after having just watched The Wizard of Oz and said, let's rewrite that fucking movie. Final thoughts?
No.
Jesus Christ.
What?
He burped.
Yes, he did. He's classy like that.
So classy.
Final thought is T-Flu. Hey, man, we watched it, so nobody else had to.
Yes.
Damn straight. Isn't that our new supposed to be our new tagline?
No.
It is now.
No.
Yes, that is. We watch it so you don't have to.
No. That's not how this works.
It should be.
But next week,
we're doing terrible at shows lately.
Well, next week is another user-submitted episode. This one is submitted by Star-Lord. He submitted Ender's Game, which is the movie about young Ender Wiggin. God, say that 3 times fucking fast.
Ender Wiccan.
Yeah, you didn't say it right once. Young Ender Wiggin is recruited by the
you said Wiccan the first time.
The first time, and then I had to fucking say it right the second time.
You still.
Oh my God, Todd.
Ender Wiggin.
Go back to Spago.
No, fuck you.
The movie about young Ender Wiggin is recruited by the international military to lead the fight against Formix, an insectoid alien race who had previously tried to invade Earth and had inflicted heavy losses on humankind. So
is this Starship Troopers?
It is in book
Sounds
form.
like Starship Troopers.
Almost, but we never see the insects. Spoiler.
Yeah, I mean, it really isn't.
I've seen the movie. I've seen the movie. It's just the description sounds like Starship Troopers.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it does follow kind of this military action against an insectoid alien race, but I'm pretty sure Starship Troopers came before.
Yeah, it did.
Both in book form and the movie.
Doesn't this movie have Harrison Ford playing Han Solo?
Yes, I think so. Harrison Ford, okay. Asa Butterfield, Haley Steinfeld. Yeah.
It's also got what's his face? The Mandarin.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yep, there it is.
Spit it out, Todd.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
Oh my God, you can't even say Ben Kingsley.
Say it 3 times fast.
I was having trouble with young Ender Wiggin, but Ben Kingsley? I mean, really?
Young Ender Wiggin. See, it's not that hard, Jason.
But you can't say Ben Kingsley.
I know,
Ben Kingsley.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Todd.
I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah.
I can say that 3 times.
This movie
do it.
Brought us all down. I'm just going to be honest. I listened to us talk about the Eternal Sunshine shit show, and that the podcast was. I mean, it was good because I got to shit on it the whole time. But when I got
hold on a second, you
against the negativity that Jason brings to the podcast. It's hard.
It is hard,
Did you
isn't
just
it?
say you listened to a podcast episode?
Yeah, I always listen to
I mean, that's impressive just on its own. I didn't think you listened to this show.
Todd, when do you listen to this show?
Every fucking Thursday, dude.
I don't believe you.
Because
I'm
it
too
releases
busy
on
on-
Wednesday.
I know, but I'm too busy on Wednesdays. So I normally watch it. I normally listen to it on Thursdays.
You watch it? How do you watch this? You know what? Let's just
So-
You can
so
watch
I
the
pull it-
episode. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I pull it up on smokinganddrinkinginspace.com. I hit the play button and I just stare at my screen the entire time. So it looks like I'm working, but I'm really not.
Well, that sounds like you every day.
It is. I am
IT.
very good at that.
We know.
And that's all we've got for this week. Our intro and outro music is Welcome Home by Cambo. Podcrawl music is Snack Mix by Machette. If you like the show, please rate and review us on iTunes. You can leave us feedback on our Discord channel at smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Discord, on Twitter at @status_podcast, or you can email us at smokinganddrinkinginspace@outlook.com. If you'd like to throw a few nickels our way, become a Patreon supporter by going to smokinganddrinkinginspace.com/Patreon. And if you want, please go visit Creative Brain Candy for more great shows and other creative works at creativebraincandy.com. For this week, I'm Jason.
Destroyer 0, Light Grenade 14. I counted.
Yeah, and that's Todd.
We'll talk to you next week.
Rob's
Well, if you're
got
not-
squigglies.
If you're not going to answer to Todd the whole show, this is going to be
Yeah.
like you're just never going to talk.
Oh, can't wait. All right. Hey, Todd, give me a clap.
Again, he's not here.
But he is.
Are we seriously going to do this the entire time?
Oh, I think we are now. Yeah. I think,
No, please
I think
don't.
that is on the docket now all day long.
No. No. Here's your motherfucking clap.